YouTube. Well, I'm working on the off-road mower. I removed the exhaust because I have to move the whole engine. Is this thing in? Let me see. Yeah. I have to move the whole engine and work on this pulley and the clutch system. I have to move the whole clutch system, and that's what I'm working on here. These connections, I put X's so I know where each connection goes, and on the other ones I put circles. Then I had to disconnect this one, which was on the other side, and I disconnected this. But first you want to remove the battery. Alright, now I'm working on actually removing this plate and that plate. I don't want to have to move this dash, but I will have to take some bolts out to be able to take this faceplate off, so I could take this deck lever out, and which is right down in here. It's a lot of stuff I'm going to have to do in here. So, and the gas tank I removed. I'd like to try to, and also I'll remove this deck engage gear, blade engage. I'm going to remove that also. So there's quite a bit of stuff in here that's coming out. The brake I'll probably leave, but I want to open up a little compartment in here if I can. Make some kind of drink holder or a little storage holder in here for something, and maybe a drink holder here. So we'll see. I'm going to get back to work and work on removing these plates. Well, YouTube, I got the side panel out. I got the deck leveler. You put the deck down and you put the deck out. I also have the deck engage unit out, and it's right here, and you can see that right there, and there's the other piece. I also took this lever out to lower and raise to the deck for your final cut. And I'm going to do the same thing Fearless Font did with this, if I can, which he put underneath, and he used this as a pulley tensioner. So that's what I plan on doing with that. Here's a lot of my parts. Next, I'll probably pull the engine. Oh, somebody asked me, where does this spring go here? Get that out of the way. There's a spring right here, and that just goes down there in that hole by this safety switch. A little bit to the right, there's 2 holes, I think, or 3 holes, but that's where it goes. And that attaches onto this. Where exactly it attached to, I don't know, but I think it attached to it up in here. So I had to get in there with the wrench and the channel locks to pull that out, and that just goes up and down as you up and lower the deck. So that's where that spring is, right there. This I might leave in, I'm not sure. This brake lock, I'm not sure. I might take it out. It makes a lot of noise. Looks like, I don't know, I gotta pull this engine out next, and that pile of dirt all came out from in here, as you can see in here. So I'm going to try to tighten up this steering if I can. I'm not sure if I can, but we'll see what I can do. And that's it for now. I'm going to take this engine off, flip this on its side, and get to work underneath. Thanks for watching. Hey YouTube. Well, I got this engine off. It's over there. Pulley guard is off. A lot of stuff off actually. But now I can flip it over on its side and see what I can do about that clutch pulley. Once I get all this stuff here. Well, yeah, that's what it looks like without a do walk around. There's the motor, exhaust, the little shifter for the deck, a shifter for the engage, for the blades to spin. All this stuff comes off. Here's a front shot, side shot. I'm not going to do a back shot because I'm focusing on this area right in here. Right where that pulley thing is, right there. Right under in there. So that's where my blade is. That's where my new pulley is going to be, and it's going to hit here. So I have to try to move that back if I can. I mean, right here. This whole system has to be moved back. There's a washer buried in muck, grease. But yeah, I'm gonna try to clean this up real nice if I can. Not that worried about it. I'm just worried about getting the thing going here and going for a first ride. But I will try to clean this up, you know, as much as I can. Throw some grease up in here on the steering. I'm not really seeing a way to tighten this up at all. So, no adjustment screws that I could see. I'll add some grease in there. If I can't move that, lever, I'm gonna have to do something. Install everything. I'll have to install everything on this old simplicity frame, and I know it's a lot of work to go through, really, but this one has plenty of room on the inside for a pulley. The way the front end is set up, you know, the pulley will go in here. There's plenty of room. You know, I might have to use this frame, and that would suck because that's going to be a hell of a lot of work. But whatever I gotta do, I gotta do, because this is too small. There's not enough room under here. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get to work, get this cleaned up, get it tipped over on its side, and come back at you. I'm just finishing up on scraping everything, and I've blown it off with the air gun here. flip it over on its side and try to get some work done on there. I'm gonna put the towel down to protect that tire over there in the corner, and be back at you. Doing something like this, camera shut off, and welding a panel straight back into here. This panel, welding a sheet metal, go all the way back to here. This way I can hook up my tension pulley, you know, kind of work it, I guess, up in this area. I have to tap a hole or something, but yeah, this turned into a lot of work. It's a big project. I don't know. I gotta see. I have to look in it and figure something out. I don't really want to move this whole bar because that's right where I need it. I belong, you know, I'm a tall dude, so I really need that there. I'll just have to figure out something. Maybe I can put it on one on the other side. I don't know. And use this as a brake. The other one as a clutch. I have to figure all this out yet, but I'm gonna go on Fearless Front's website and see what he's been doing. Maybe he could help me out with something here. Alright, thanks for watching. Hey YouTube. I can see right in here. I kinda zoomed up on it right there. You can see that this here is welded on. So I'm gonna have to grind that off. And let me zoom out of here. I'll probably have to make a cut here, a cut here, and then take this piece out and weld this piece and this piece back together, making it shorter. Move this down to here and weld that back up on there, right up in here. Weld that back up on there. That'll give me 2 inches of clearance without affecting the brakes or the clutch pedal. Basically what I'm doing is shrinking this. I'm going to shrink this down by cutting it here and here, and then welding these 2 pieces together, and then welding this peg in here, welding this up over in here. It's going to give me my clearance. So the only thing is I don't have a welder right now, so this project is going to be on hold, but I will be cleaning, doing whatever I have to do, you know, to get cleaned up. Maybe I'll be working on all this is going to come out. I want some kind of cup holder in here, you know, where I can put a beer or a green juice or, you know, a bottle of water, you know, and just to leave it there while I'm riding. Otherwise I have to put it somewhere else. I mean, just when I'm cruising around the yard or the area here in the woods. So I'm gonna be tinkering around and see what I can do with this. Maybe I'll tap a new hole and install this like down here. So this is the drive side, and it's real sloppy, you know, it gets real sloppy, and this will put tension on that side. You know, I have this to put tension on this side. Maybe even if I put some sheet metal in here and close this area off with this bridge, I can put a pulley right in here. That'll give me some good tension up to the rear end. So, you know, some things I'm going to be thinking about. And you know, what can I do? I gotta wait until I get a welder, you know. I'll find somebody that has a welder around here. Got any ideas? Let me know. But I'm pretty sure this is what I gotta do. Let's just make this cut here, make this cut here, and weld these two together. Grind this off. When I make this cut, I'll grind this off, weld it over here, weld these two pieces together. This should be right where it is, and we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. There's also a crossbar here that I'm going to have to cut and take the same amount out and then re-weld this bar right in here. That's also going to have to be cut and welded with the clutch brake. But I got it back on its side. Back on its side, you know. There's the motor. So I'm gonna give everything a good greasing. Got some grease fittings, you know, grease. Some over here, some on in the back, and put some grease in here. Get that nice and lubed up. Get this here. Where's that darn pulley? Here it is. Get this real tightened up. First I'm going to move it to get that tightened up. I might throw some paint up in here. I might paint this whole dash too, and down here. But I'm gonna get cleaned up. Got a lot of tools out. A lot of tools laying around out here and everything. Gotta get it cleaned up before the rain comes. Gotta just drop this garbage out there. On the back of the trunk.